Spark Mini Me, you complete me. I'm JD, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe, please like, and you can never trust a guy who wears his hat backwards. So I am an amateur watchmaker. I'm not amateur in my work. I'm just amateur as I don't do it for a profession. And I'm also a guitar player, and I also love gear. And I know all you guys out there love gear. I know there's a gentleman out there, Mike, who is a guitar player as well, and he's also a watchmaker and he loves gear. So here I'm just going to do an unboxing of something I've procured called the Spark Mini. Now I'll tell you, I re-procured this. So I had a problem with this amp before. I had one speaker with a very slight buzz. Probably wouldn't annoy most people, but it annoyed the crap out of me. And Positive Grid was 100% responsive to that. This amplifier will run you around $300, and I paid $80 to have the whole thing replaced. So, and it was out of warranty. So that was a very good deal, I think. So I bought onto the deal. It was out of the 2-year warranty. I've played the crap out of the older amplifier, but there was a slight buzz in one of the speakers. And we'll have a little look at the speakers later, and we'll look at the hardware on this amp, and then we'll look at some of the software and how that's connected. But let's just open this box up and get going on this. So everything but small, this says, which is kind of cool. Spark Mini, it says black because I had the black version, and they asked me, hey, did you have the black version? I said, yes, I did. So I wasn't expecting them to give me a brand new amp. I was expecting them maybe to replace the speaker. So here you go. Portable smart guitar amp, wireless Bluetooth speaker, multi-dimensional sound, play more than ever before anywhere. Chords, Smart Jam, 350,000 tones, Bluetooth streaming, blah blah, yada yada. And there's an app in there I'll show you in a second, but this is truly one of my funnest amps. Now I have the Spark 40, and I got a battery pack to power the Spark 40. Spark 50 is out and I'm not getting that, but it's likely a very good amplifier. I have the Spark Mini, which is, or not the Spark Mini, the Spark Go, which is the size of 2 cigarette packages and a rubber band holding them together. I have the Spark Live, which is 150 watts, much bigger, 4 separate channels. I needed to get that only because my son said, hey Dad, you need to get this. I'm like, oh damn it, don't tell Mom, okay? Don't tell Mom, because she'll be angry at me. So I'm just cutting this, trying not to cut my hands off here while I do this. Probably always cut away from you, not towards you. Someone out there can make me smarter. I know when you're cutting, you should always cut away and not towards you, because I know that you could get towards you, you end up getting cut. So it says open me. Hopefully I just have to open that and not cut myself. And put those scissors away. This is my watchmaking bench, plus I do other things here, but I figured because I had the cameras here, that's what I do. So here we go, open it up. There's a nice little pocket here, and it says Positive Grid Spark Mini. Now I've used this for a couple of years, I know exactly how to use it. And the booklet's got all kinds of information on how to set it all up, what's in the box, getting started, connecting to your phone, connecting to Bluetooth, blah blah blah, using the amp, using the equalizer, get more tones, presets. I'm actually not sure whether the original amp that I got had this much information in it. So look at that. It's got everything but the kitchen sink in there. Look at that. I think there's even probably instructions on how to use a kitchen sink, but we'll look at this in a second. And the rear panel on there is all marked up too. Auxiliary in, USB port, pair, button, tuner, yabba dabba doo, yada yada yada. Unsavada, unsavada, unsavada. So you take out this, I'll put this on top, and I'm just going to toss this on the floor. There, did you hear that? So there's the amp. It's hidden in here. And I think because I got basketball hands, I can just pull this out. And on the bottom, what do I have in the bottom? I think I've got a strap on the bottom. There's a nice strap here. And there is a cord, and that is just a USB-C cord. And there's some diet sugar in case you want to have a coffee while you're using the amplifier. Don't do that. That was poison. Or in French, poisson. Little story there, when I was in the army, we used to have these cubes, and we called them fish cubes, but they were used for making fire. You light them up, you put them in, and it helped light the fire, but they had poison written on them, but it looked like poisson, which is French for fish. So here you've got some cover here, nicely wrapped. This came direct from the factory, I'm sure. So more scissors at use. I think that's probably it. I got to make sure I don't poke my hand over here. And here we go. And it says download the app before you plug in. Download the app and then plug in. They kind of always want you to update the software on the amp too, right? I did it in the last one. I'm not sure if I need to do it in this one, but download the amp. There you go. So this amp, I shouldn't guess at this, but this amp's got 8 hours of power. So 8 hours of power at halfway, I think, and it's every bit of that 8 hours. It's just an amazing amp. I got to switch glasses because I can't see a damn thing. I'm putting my watchmaker glasses on for this. Now my watchmaker glasses are convertibles, so you can do that. Look at that. Oh yeah, in a world. So it says here, download the app. I've got that already downloaded and running because I use that for my Spark Live now, and my Spark 40, and my Spark Go, and I also have the individual device you plug into to get all this stuff too. So huge amp and effects library, rechargeable battery, blah blah blah. So the rechargeable battery works exceptionally well. So it wants me to take this little marker and pull up on it, and then I'm going to have a little look at the hardware. I'll just leave this on for now because it's just bugging me. So here you've got on the top here of this hardware, you've got settings. So these are the 4 hardware presets that you have when you turn the amp on, and it goes to the presets. I'm turning the amp on. I'm just hoping there's a little tiny bit of power left over in here. If there isn't, I have a power cable sticking out here that I might be able to use. So let's just turn it on for the heck of it. So there it is. It's on. And as you can see, you just go for the various, from rhythm, lead, solo, and custom. But you can program all of these within the app to sound anything you want. Anything you want. So with this amp, you play backup music. So you take within the app, you pick a song, right? So let's say I pick a blues song in A. I can pump that blues song in A through the amp, and this regulates the volume of that background music, right? So that's this knob here. Usually have that at halfway, and maybe I'll give a demo after, but you usually have that at halfway. And this is your guitar volume, so it's as simple as that. And all the rest is being controlled by the app. This is the guitar input if you didn't know that. That's a 1/4-inch jack. So let me just turn the volume down on this, and we'll look at the back. And here at the back, if you've got small kids and your spouse hates when you play really loud at night and your kids are trying to sleep, that's the headphone jack. It's also a line out jack that you can use to go into any kind of an audio system that has a line in, like a PA system or something that can take that. So you can bring this amp to a gig, plug it into the PA through the line out, and you may need to have this is an 1/8-inch jack, so you might have to have an 1/8-inch jack to, this is a stereo jack as well, because it's for headphones, but you may have to have a mono 8-inch out. I believe it puts out stereo because it's got headphones, so you can go to a PA system and do stereo. So it has auxiliary in too, so if you've got your iPhone or some audio device you want to pump through here, it will then do auxiliary in and do that. So the USB is your typical 5 volts, 2 amps. So this is a USB for charging. I can't remember if the USB port can be used for, oh no, it can be. So the USB port can plug into your computer, and you can use this amp also for music creation, music creativity. So if you've got an old program like Cakewalk or something like that, you can pump that music through this to that system, right, to your PC. This is for pairing the amp for Bluetooth. So I've got this on already. So let me see if I can pair this amp. So I'm going to get my tablet here set up for this amp. If you have a foot pedal, you'd have that on. It would connect to the foot pedal as well. So you got to wait a second. I think it needs to find it and just love the hell out of it. So here we go. It's pairing, connecting, and come on, don't make me a liar. Do not make me a liar. You better connect. It found the hardware, which is a wonderful thing. So it might take a second because this is a brand new piece of hardware here. I'm going to give it a second. In the meantime, I'm going to sing for you. Baby, I didn't love you quite as often as I should have. And baby, I didn't need you quite as good as I could have. Something like that. Come on, connect. You're making me a liar here. You are a liar. Disconnect, retry, failed to connect. All right, so this is the message you get if it doesn't connect. We're gonna try connecting the hardware first. Okay, so the Bluetooth is on and it's found. Hopefully there's nothing private there, but it says Spark. Hear me. Yeah, that's all, folks. And then it disappeared. So it said Spark Mini Audio, so I'm gonna hit that, and that should connect to the Spark. And then you can see in the top here, it's blue right here, so that's still connecting. And now Spark Mini Audio, that should be all I kind of need, right, for this. So airplane mode. So let me just go back into the amp here really quickly and see what I got. I'm going to hit retry for the connection. All right, so it came up with a message. I'm sorry, but it said connection successful. So what I'm going to do is start it again and get it to connect again, because it now sees it, and I'm going to stop recording right now. So let's take a look at the screen here, and you've seen the hardware, you've seen this, you know what the back looks like. So let's just look at the app and connect it that way. All right, so there is the app, the Spark app on my tablet. I've got a decent view here, and I'm way up in the corner. This little guy, I don't want to take the space, right? So I hit connect, and it found the Mini, and it connected immediately. So that was very fast. So this is not too bad. Now it's trying to sell you the Spark 2. So I wish they'd stop doing that, but that's fine. Their theory is, and it usually works, if they keep telling me to buy it, eventually I'll buy it. So, and that normally works. So I'm going to say no. So in the Spark, firmware upgrade available. Update your Spark's firmware to access the latest features. So I'm going to cancel this for now. You've got to go to the website and do it with the amp plugged in to a PC through that USB-C port. So this is the first screen you get once you've paired connected and paired the amp hardware with this software. I'm running on a tablet here using an Apple tablet. So you get the amplifier you've selected, and you get things like volume control here. You can control the bass, or you can control the amp here, and you can control the type of amp. I'm just not sure if I could sweep left or right to change my amp type. But anyway, so you can change the amp type as well. And then you've got the various gates or pedals that you have, delays and reverbs and everything else, right? So you've got that, and you can pre-select your amp. So up here are the hardware presets. So if I want to play lead, it's going to select that particular amp and just go crazy with it. If I want to, the Jimi Hendrix package is in there, so if I want to hear the Jimi Hendrix solo, it's going to let me play the Jimi Hendrix, and man, it sounds exactly like Jimi, except it's not me, it's Jimi. So one thing I find very good is the equalizer. On the Spark 40, there's way too much bass, but this amp is just pure. It's perfect. There's not a bass issue at all, so it's really good. So no problem there but I like the equalizer, and you can play around with this just to sound like everything. So it's software modeled sound, and the second one is what I like. So here you go. So I'm looking for a backing track, and there's Lagrange by ZZ Top. I can hit search and hit Lagrange, and when I hit search, and I had Walking Jazz backing track, it'll go on the internet. It'll find something, you pick it like that, then it starts playing this backing track. So I'm not sure if this will play through here. Let me just, yeah, it is. There we go. I won't play this because they'll say, you can't monetize the video because you played some backing track in the background. So anyway, so it's playing that track and giving you the chords. It's not, for me, I don't need the chords. Sometimes you do need to know the name of the chord, but if you don't, then away you go. So it's got a tone section. I'm really not familiar with this tone section, but anyway, the chords are good for music. And you downsize it, it goes down in the corner, and you got a little X. Let me move this over. You get a little X to get rid of that, stop it from playing. But what I do like is once I've found the songs I want, They're usually up here and recently played, so I can just click them and away I go. You can also have a quick jam with a drummer, a pop guy, and this basically the rock guy will show up and you hit go and then he starts jamming. Let me see if I can turn that music up again. And right now the volume is, if I turn up the volume of the tablet, it's turning up the volume on the amp. That's got quite the kick on it. I can feel it. So I'll stop that. Stop that, JD, stop that. So that lets you just jam with that. I could jam my butt off forever. So there's all kinds of songs here. And it goes to either Spotify or I think it also goes to Amazon Prime. It goes to Spotify, Amazon Prime, and it goes to YouTube. So I get a lot of the backing tracks from YouTube. But let me get out of here and go to the next one here and see what I can. What's this going to do for me? This is Spark AI beta. So I have not seen this yet. This is artificial intelligence. So I'm going to tell it its tone. I'm going to just basically talk to it to get it to set me up. I'm not going to go into that because I don't know how the heck to work it. And then they have this next, which is video recording. So if you want to become famous on YouTube like I am, then you can use that, set it up like the guy is here with the phone, and play away, and this app will, in fact, record you. So I'm going to go up here and hit skip in the corner. Skip is also allow to use my camera. I don't want to allow it right now. Access denied. Settings. No, I don't want you to use my camera. Leave me alone. And I don't want a notification. So then I go to my main page here, and this is my setup. I'm JD Richard, by the way, in case you didn't know. And where I go other than shopping and Apple Music and Spotify and places like that, there's the About. There's the About, which is the, it tells you what does it tell you? It doesn't tell you much. Anyway, it's supposed to tell me a bit more. Yeah, About should tell me my serial number and stuff. But anyway, so I've got my own account information here. I'm not going to hit that. But what I love is save songs. They haven't fixed this yet, where you get empty slots. You got to hit the jam tracks and back to songs. And there's some pretty cool stuff in here. So I've got, like, if I want to play Stormy Monday by the Allman Brothers, I hit that and away I go. And all I did was go back here, select my song that I wanted to find, and if I just hit find the Auctioneer song karaoke version and go like that, and that was from my dad, and it's ready to, let me see if I did that, let me see, Auctioneer, Chris Ray, whatever, blues. The minute I hit this little thing in the corner, right up here, that little flag, or the save, that saves that, that'll save that to my favorites, and then when I go over here, I just hit my favorites. So I've got a ton of favorites because I'm always playing blues and jazz and stuff like that. Black Magic Woman, Santana, I got them all, baby, got them all. So most of these I play. I've played the lead break for Stairway to Heaven a million times. I used to play Stairway to Heaven and sing it as well. So this part of the app is perfect. And like I said before, I always click the tuner on here when I get on. Right away, I just hit the tuner. My guitar's plugged in, and it works perfectly, right? So I think that so that's that. There's other things in here that I should probably show you. Now, if you've created some jam tracks, this will also store your jam tracks. I just don't think there's really a limit on the amount it'll store. It's just a matter of how much memory you have in your tablet. There's also mic down here, and I think this is mic on and off, or what? No, this is play drums and allowed it to use the microphone and allow it to do speech recognition. Play some blues. And there you go. It just found a bunch of blues for me. So I didn't know you could do that. So there you go. Pretty cool. So that is the jam along section of the app. And of course you can hit shop and it'll take you over to the various amplifiers. I've got all of this. So I've got, it doesn't show all of my registered products in here because I also have the Spark Live. But it's trying to sell me the other ones. So that's wonderful. Spotify wants your account to access Spotify. Apple Music as well. I do have Apple Music, back in black. So it's actually connected to my Apple Music. Look at that. So that's pretty cool. But not good for my backing tracks. But you can use this amplifier as a speaker too. So you go out, you're partying in the back deck, and away you go. You've got yourself a speaker. So this again is the Spark app. I think it's just amazing. I think that the amp modeling is right on the money. You can save your amps share to the tone cloud. You can save it as a new amplifier in your list, or you can overwrite the existing ones, or you can save it to your 4 hardware presets I showed you before. And those are the presets that are on your amp right here, right? So, oh yeah, another thing is when I change my presets here, you see that? Change the preset to custom. This goes to custom. So flip the preset to solo, flip the preset to lead, and this is just, let me just tap there. And this is going to the various presets right away. And then you can get those presets and play with them. And I use the foot pedal. I've got 2 foot pedals, right? I've got the 6-button foot pedal they came out with, which is called the Spark X. And I did a video on that one. And I've got the long one, which is a Spark controller. And I don't know if I did a video on that one, but that's pretty cool. So let me get back to the amp again. So now if I want to charge my amp, I just happen to have a cable because I'm always charging stuff. And I just plug it in here in the USB-C, and then this just comes on and it goes on and on. It glows. This glows. So it glows on and off while it's charging. And then once it's all charged up, it's solid. And there's 8 hours of charge in this thing. So let me see if I can remember how many watts this thing is. So there is the Spark Mini homepage on Positive Grid, showing you the app, the amp, a little video on how to use it. There's plenty of videos online. In Canadian, it's $309 Canadian. It's got almost a full 5-star review, which is excellent. And I think there are specs down here somewhere. So specifications, let me have a look here. And there you go. So there's the specs. So it is mono, stereo. It is stereo. 90 decibels, maximum sound pressure, passive radiator. That's on the bottom. I'll show you that in a second. So it is 10 watts. That's what I thought. 10 watts, but it's a mean 10. There's 2 custom speakers in there. You cannot replace those. Imagine you could buy some speakers off Amazon and just plug those in, but these are very nice speakers. The passive radiator is on the bottom here, and I'll show that to you in a second. Well, no, I'll show it to you in a sec. So passive. Let's go see that passive radiator for a second. Everybody wants to see a passive radiator. Let me just turn on the old passive radiator camera. Yeah, there you go. So here's the passive radiator is right there on the bottom of the amp. So it's not active, it's passive, and this gives you the bass that comes right through here, and it's pretty incredible. These are neat little non-stick feet as well. They're kind of not completely round. So either these were round and they all melted, or they're intentionally like this. So I think they must be intentionally like this because it's a brand new amp. So the speakers in there, let me see if I can open this up. So to open the amp up, you just get yourself a dining room knife, just a flat knife. I got a watchmaker's tweezers here, and you just slide that forward, and it's got a couple of tabs here that unlock it. And you can buy or get another grill. I do have a replacement grill for this, which is kind of cool. So here are the speakers for this. So there's only 2 speakers in here. So this is the passive radiator stuff down here. It's very well made. These are the 2 speakers. They look like mids. They're probably a mix of mid and tweeter. I'll go back and see what the frequency response for this is. Let's have a look and see. So 2 speakers, 2 custom 2-inch 9 speakers. So the impedance is 4 ohms. You got to know that so you don't screw with this. These are the channel controls. Blah, 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 blah. 33 amp models, 43 effects, noise gate, compressor, distortion, reverb, blah, 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 wired. So 1/4 inch. So it's got the 8-inch, as I said earlier, the auxiliary input and the headphone and line out. It's Bluetooth 5. There's the dimensions, the weight. So it's only 3.3 pounds. It's very, very light. And you can get the, this is a custom black brown that you just saw. It's included. And I did get the other grill that I have somewhere. I can't remember where I put it, but you can snap another grill on if you really need to. And it's got a reversible leather strap. So the strap that I showed you earlier is either, you can either use it as a red strap or a you can either use it as a red strap or a black strap, and these just tie into the buttons here just like it would on a guitar, on a normal guitar, an atypical guitar. So there's the hardware from the front. I was all ready to unscrew these things and replace the speaker until I talked to Positive Grid, and the gentleman said, well, I think I can help you here. So, and he did, so thanks a lot to, I think his name was Che, C-H-I, C-H-E or C-H-I. Anyway, really cool dude. He helped me get this amp because this is life, and this, I play this on my boat. So I take this amp out on my boat, and I got my guitar, and away I go. And I just, you know, I won't bother playing anything for you because there's a lot of videos online of how to play this amp. And I'll take this tag off after. And I'm powering it up right now, and it shouldn't take too long to power up. But let's look at the home page one more time here. So grill cloud carrying strap options. So I do have the Spark controller, and I do have the Spark X, right? So those are two exceptional products that they have for this particular amp that connect no problem. I like the connectivity, by the way. When you connect with this amp, it connects. There's no farting around. You saw me initially just had to select that mini when I went into Bluetooth, and it said Spark Audio. I selected that. After that, everything was as smooth as hell, right? So I highly recommend this amp. Like I told you, I have the Spark Live. I did a review of that. That's a brilliant amp for performing. I have the Spark 40, which still works really well. And I bought a battery, like a 17.5 volt battery online. So now I have that battery power just by plugging that into the input. It's a powered input. So I've got that. I've got the Spark Go, which is, I don't have it here with me, but I've got this Spark Go, which is the very small practice amp. You sit down, and I may have done a review on that, but that's brilliant too. So all their products are excellent, highly recommended. This is a great practice amp, but you can also show off with this amp. There's just no end to what it can do. So again, that's it. I'm just gonna, this was an unboxing, but a lot more than that maybe. Hope you enjoy the video. So for all the folks at Positive Grid, I know I do a lot of watchmaking videos and other videos on YouTube, and I currently have almost 15,000 subscribers, and one of my crazy shorts video hit 3 million views the other day. So I'm becoming a little more popular on the tube of you on YouTube, or in a world one man lives alone. I also put that on YouTube. So so anyway, so download the app, update the firmware on this thing when you get it, because it will provide you with additional features. But I'm all ready to play with this again. They solved my problem really quickly. They shipped this within a week back, and I got a brand new Spark amp, and I'm ready to go again. So thanks a lot, and I'm JD again. Thanks for subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching my video. And if Positive Grid wants me to test any of their gear in the future, I am an electrical engineer, and I can give you the engineering opinion, I'll say, about this amp. Not just the specs. I can get you the overview of the amp, and I can also give you the videos that are available for the amp, and I can also give you reviews. So out of all these reviews, 400 are 5-star reviews, 79 are 4, because some people just never give anything a 5-star, but that's damn good. This is an amazing amplifier, highly recommended by myself, recommended enough that when I had that small buzz in the speaker, and Positive Grid product support is excellent. They solved my problem. You go into the Positive Grid website. They have all of the interactions between you and Positive Grid. They take those emails, they're in there, and the responses and everything, and they get on it. So I'm very impressed by their product support. So thanks a lot. JD again, thanks for watching my videos, and I'll catch you next time. I gotta shut up, okay? Shut up. So one more thing, if you happen to get to the end of this video, I was dying to do it at the beginning. Mini-me, you complete me. Spark Mini-me, you complete me.